What is up there, guys? Mr. Quickness here, playing a little Street Legal Racing Redline, which I just butchered, but whatever, because this is like the third take of so many stupid reasons. One being my record button is also the volume up button on the music for this game, which kind of freaked me out at first. But anyways, I am doing videos again, mostly on racing games I like. What I learned before is I'm playing a lot of games that I really just didn't like, or let's plays that I just didn't feel like doing. So I'm finally playing a game that I really like. This game I play so much. It is kind of ridiculous how much I play it. The only bad thing about this game is it is extremely buggy, especially with the mod pack that I am running. I believe it is, I think it's SLRR by Jack version 4. So I wanted to downgrade to version 3, hoping that it was a bit less buggy, but it is actually extremely hard to find it. But anyways, the YouTuber that kind of inspired me to start working on videos again is Zerga. He's a smaller YouTube channel, but he makes a lot of good videos. He plays SLRR, Need for Speed, awesome games. But anyways, today I'm going to show you how I make basically some of my drag cars in this game. One being the Mx5. And when you think about an Mx5, in real life these cars are extremely slow, but are good for cornering and stuff like that. But in this game, the Mazda engine that they have, which is I believe the stock one in the Mx5, can be easily built up to 700 horsepower. Except I'm having trouble with horsepower because it is an extremely low rating. For some reason, this engine only has 63 horsepower, but then again, it is a 15-valve Honda, I believe. Yep, so that sounds about right. But when you see me build up this car, you will notice that. So starting off, I just bought this from the vehicles menu, which is under shop right there. It is just a regular MX-5, and we're going to start off by basically stripping the running gear down, because it's not really useless, but I end up rebuilding half of it anyways. So I'm going to go and tear this down. I'm going to go speed it up, because this might take a little bit. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I sped that up in editing. I don't know. If I could talk to my future self, I'd ask him, trust me. But anyways, next we are going to spend a little time on the body here. We're going to take off this top because I'm going to put on a different one. I think I'm going to keep... I'm not sure if I'll put an RX-7 bumper on it, but I don't think I am. I'm just going to put basically the racing version of the front bumper on. You can't take off the rear fenders, but I'm definitely replacing them with some wide body fenders. I think there's only one hood for the MX-5. So basically that's it. We're going to sell those parts there. And we are going to go into body, and I believe it's under stock body parts. And I was correct. So now this car has a lot of body parts. There's so many variations that you can build. You can have a rear engine MX-5. It's pretty cool. For that one, you'll buy the MX-5 truck, I think. I'm not really sure what it's called. But we're going to start off by buying the fastback roof. And we're going to go over and get the baby-ass smooth rear panel. And I agree, that panel is extremely smooth. Probably smoother than my voice. Okay, so now we're going to look for the wide body fenders, which is right here and right here. So we got those two done and out of the way. And now we are going to get the racing front bumper. And I believe that is it for body. For the lights, I'm gonna have the fastback style lights. I just think they're extremely cool. I just gotta find the other one. There we go. And I believe that's it because the fastback comes with its own rear window, so we won't have to replace that. What's really weird is you do have to leave this trunk on or else you get some weird gap. You see, this is where the weird gap would be. So leave the stock trunk on when you do that. Now we're just going to be adding the 2 panels there. And we're going to be adding the front bumper and changing out the taillights. And I believe, what is this part? Oh yeah, that's the rear panel. I think it looks a lot nicer. My frames are going to shit for some reason. By the way, this game is about, I think it's like 10 years old or something, and it doesn't like to run on a lot of computers. Well, I mean, it does like to run, but it doesn't run as you think a game 5 years old would run. You think it would run smooth, and you get 1,000 frames per second, when I get more frames than, like, Battlefield 4 in this. I mean, 3. I don't even think they have a Battlefield 4. I really need to catch up with FPS games, don't I? Anyways... So now we're going to build the running gear, which is just, this is the Mr. Sir, adjustable strut mod. And it also comes with a lot of shock absorbers, which is basically just the same shock absorbers in the game, but just renamed and retextured, I believe. But we're going to be going with, the ultra lows in the front, and then we're going to be going with sort of a drag in the rear. Even though it says front, it really doesn't matter. Oh, whoops. And now we're going to get some springs. In the back, we're going to want some pretty big springs. About 7.5. And I just bought too many of those. Alright, and we're going to go to about 6.5 in the front. Not going to get any rims yet. For the brakes, we're probably going to have... I think we're going to have 380s in the front and have 335s in the back. The calipers are just aesthetics, so I think I'm going to go with some... I really like the textures on the Willwood brakes. They're really nice looking. I would give you guys the whole mod list, but it is way too long to name, and I just put those shock absorbers on the wrong place, didn't I? Oh wait, nope, I'm good. Ultra lows in the front, maximum adjustabilities in the back, bigger brakes in the front, smaller brakes in the rear. And now we get to the fun part of building the engine. I'm going to speed this up so this video isn't that long, but it's just going to be me buying all the parts. I believe there's only like one way to build this engine, except for the performance bits, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back to show you guys the performance system here. We're going to be running a single turbo on this Mx5 here, which I believe is the best setup. We're not going to be running any NOS. We're going to be using this intercooler. It's a very small one, but I don't believe any of the intercoolers are different in this game. And we're just going to add an AEM air filter. That's what I think it looks like at least. And I believe that's everything I need. And yes, you can supercharge it. I believe you can supercharge and turbocharge it. But in this game, don't really matter. And this is going to kill my frames for a second. Alright, so I'm just going to click really fast. So I might cut this part out because it may or may not completely destroy the frames. Alright, it's not doing that bad. 20 frames, it's alright. Alright, so that's the full engine made right there. So, for some reason it sets it up for front wheel drive, even though in real life this car is rear wheel drive. I don't think they ever had a front wheel drive version. Not too sure. I haven't really done much. The only cars I really know about are like American muscle cars. Alright, so that's just sticking out a little bit, so we're just going to click on the oil pan here. That's how you move the engine. Oh, whoops, that's a transmission there. And we're just going to move that down a tiny bit. I don't know if I moved that. Alright, I did move it down. Alright, so we're in the final stretch here. I'm not too sure if weight actually matters in this game, but even if it did, this setup is extremely powerful and you shouldn't really care about weight when it comes to this. So on the fronts, we're going to have some 16s, and yes, tires and rims are extremely hard to pick out for this car for some reason. And it takes a while to load all these rims, because with this mod pack, there are so many rims. So we're going to start off with, I think I'm going to do some Sprinter K1s, I believe those are. And for the rear, we're going to put drag slicks on it. So we're going to have to go with a 12.5 rim, well, 15 by 12.5. And I think I'm going to be running these Mamba Black 15 by 12 by 5.5. And for tires, we will be running 345 drag radials in the back. And in the front, we are going to go to other and use some Falcon Sport tires for 16s. And hopefully this all goes good together. And then we are going to... back, front. It's too wide for those. Alright, so we're going to have to get some... I forgot these rims had really weird tires for them. So let's see if we can find some. Alright, I think these are the tires for it. Even though these are really thick tires. They aren't really that good looking, but this is a drag car, so we really don't care. Alright, so I might raise it up in the back, I'm not sure. Actually, it looks kind of good like that, so I'm just gonna select the offset and put it in a little bit. Probably about 87.7 looks good. Just so it's not looking like it's rubbing against the fender. And that's basically it, except for the battery, I think. Or does it come with a battery? Well, hold on, yeah, we're making 285 horsepower. It's very weird with the horsepower in this mod. It really just doesn't like to work. Like, you could build a V8 with 200 horsepower, which, I mean, if it's an older V8, yeah, but if it's an older V8 and you're running methanol and a supercharger on it, different story. Now, the revs on this engine are friggin' ridiculous. You go up to 14 grand, and that's normally what I do. I might do 13,000. This engine is very, 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 very OP for what it is, but it is also very fun to play with. I'm not going to mess with the air-fuel mixture or anything yet. So we're going to see how this runs, basically. We're just going to go to the test track here because my Valo City will not load. If anybody knows why, that'd be great. Whenever I try to get it to load, I'll wait about 20 minutes and it still wouldn't load, so... And then I click on the game and it doesn't respond. So most of my videos will probably just be building cars until I get that fixed. Unless I play the Stage 1 version, which doesn't have a lot of mods, but has a higher graphics, and also I know everything works on it. So we're just going to wait here. I might cut this out. Alright, so we're finally in here. We didn't throw any paint on it, so it kind of looks like a panda. Oh, whoops. Clicked off of the screen. I hope that didn't kill the recording. Anyways, she is sitting pretty right now. She's a beast. Let's fire her up. Oh yeah, she flies. Getting about 30 frames right now. It's alright. I believe I have it capped at 30 frames per second for some reason. But we're getting about 17 in this grass area, so we're going to get away from it. Alright, there we go. That's much better. As I said, this game doesn't like most computers, but I'm also recording. I think I'm going to turn the engine volume down. I have no clue how loud this is. I didn't even test it out before, so I'm just going to turn it down quite a bit. Alright, hopefully you can hear me over this. So we're going to start off here. This is basically where the drag strip is. It'll tell you your 0 to 60, quarter mile, and mile. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I believe that beats most Lamborghinis. 8.4 now. That's extremely fast, especially for a 4-cylinder. But I have gotten these up to 6 seconds. But I don't think I'll be doing that in this video. The only bad thing about this is it eats away the transmission. So we're going to go back, throw a coat of paint on it, and probably end this episode here. But anyways, I'm going to be uploading maybe 3 videos a week. I think that's a good amount. So I'm going to try to start another Let's Play. It's not just going to be SLRR. Maybe some Need for Speed Most Wanted. But for that, to record that, I'm going to need a adapter cable. But we'll see where that goes. Not much to talk about right now. But yeah, that's our drag build. In the next episode, I might tune this to get it to 6 seconds, or you guys can suggest a car that you want me to build, or I can maybe even start a series of limited budgets and stuff like that. Basically, like the Slap Trains drift builds, except it'll be drag on a budget and SLRR, not Forza. But that's pretty much it, guys. This channel is going to be a lot better. It's going to feature a lot more content than it used to. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like and some comments. Comment anything, even the bad things, so that way I can fix them and make better videos. Just, don't be a troll. Alright, see you guys. Bye.